Hello, everybody. You're listening to Valley of the Ice. I'm Steven Ontiveros, joined by Steve Van Durme. Today's topic is the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes finished fourth in the Pacific Division this past season with 78 points, which was 9 points short of making the playoffs. Steve, what are your thoughts on the Coyotes, where they stand right now?
I definitely think this Coyotes franchise is trending upward. They've got some really good young talent in guys such as Max Domi, Anthony Duclair leading the front lines. And you've got a very solid defenseman in Oliver Ekman-Larsson, but the thing is he can't lead that blue line alone. The Coyotes have really yet to find that number 2 defenseman that they can pair with him. So that's really something they should be looking at this offseason, maybe trying to trade for someone such as a Kevin Shattenkirk from the Blues or one of the Islanders' solid defenders, someone like that they can anchor down that second defensive position, because right now that's really something they're lacking. I mean, as far as the team goes, I definitely think that they have what it takes to be able to make the playoffs for the future. They've got their captain in Shane Doan. He's been there for a long time. He's coming on 39 years old. He spent his entire career here in Arizona. Martin Hansel, I believe, has also spent his entire career here in Arizona. A lot of former Blackhawks here on this team, too.
There are.
But yeah, so this Coyotes team, they've got a solid base here. They just need to build on it some more.
So heading into the draft, the Coyotes currently sit in the number 7 position heading into the lottery. What do you think are some options that they could use right there at number 7? Do you think that they trade that pick to get a better player, or what are some options that they could do with that number 7 pick?
I do think trading that pick would be a solid option for the Coyotes in order to get maybe a defenseman you're looking for. But also one thing I'm looking at is possibly getting another goaltender, because right now you have Luis Domingue, who's in there right now, 24 years old, a bright young goaltender that played pretty well this season. Mm-hmm. But you're going to need someone else there, and Mike Smith's not going to be around forever, and he's kind of on the decline anyways, so you're going to need to be able to have someone there to back him up. So that might be a good idea for the Coyotes in the draft this year as well.
So you're looking at the Pacific Division. Obviously, the Coyotes have a lot of ground to catch up on. You have the Kings in second place with 102 points, the Ducks winning by 1 point in the Pacific with 103. Then you have the Sharks, who beat the Kings in the first round this year, finished in third with 98 points, then 20 points back. You have the Coyotes. What are some of the things that they could do this offseason to sort of make up that ground between them and those top 3 teams?
Right, and I've already brought it up, but they do need that number 2 defenseman. The Oliver Ekman-Larsson is really the only guy that's a top-level defenseman in this league. Really, they need someone they can pair with him that can be like a really solid anchor back there. And honestly, as far as the front lines, as long as their young guys keep getting better, your Duclair, your Max Domi, people like that, you're gonna be in good shape for the future with this Coyotes organization. Now, as far as I know, they have other issues with the Coyotes organization that they're going to need to get ironed out here in the next couple of years here. Like Coyotes have just purchased their AHL affiliate and are looking to move them to Tucson, actually, as far as I saw. So we'll see how that shakes out. And then obviously you got the whole situation with Glendale, too.
Right. You did mention a bit of instability with the Coyotes not currently having a GM. There's been a lot of roster turnover, a lot of front office turnover. And also you brought up the fact that they have a current arena situation in Glendale. Sort of touching on that for a minute, what do you think is going to happen there? Because that's been something that the Coyotes have had a problem with for a long time, whether it's playing downtown or going out to Glendale or moving elsewhere in the valley. How do you think this is going to end?
Right, the Yotes have been in a battle with the city of Glendale for a while now. I think they originally went out there to be in the same area with the Cardinals. They've got a really nice area out there. But the thing is, the city of Glendale doesn't really want the Coyotes because they don't bring in as much money as the Cardinals do.
Right.
And for the Coyotes, I think it also would be in their best interest to move out of Glendale, because a lot of your fan base is more centered in the east part of the valley, where you go out to Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale. So if you were to build an arena, a new one out there, say in Scottsdale or something, that's where a lot of your season ticket holders are as well, in Scottsdale, where a lot of the money is, obviously.
Right.
And that's where a lot of your season ticket holders are, and you want to make it easier for those people to access your games, obviously.
I know that Greg Stanton, the mayor of Phoenix, last week even brought up the idea of building a new arena here in downtown to house both the Coyotes and possibly the Phoenix Suns. Do you think that's a possibility too?
Right, and if you were going to host both the Suns and Coyotes in the same arena, you would have to build something new because Talking Stick Arena does not really work for hockey. It's almost like the Barclays Center. You can get it packed and you can get it loud, but there's a lot of view obstruction from seats, and it's just not the best fan experience as far as that goes. So I think if you built a new arena downtown, that could work out very well, I guess, for both teams. The Suns are Talking Stick is okay, but the Suns really could use a new venue.
Right.
So, it's just a question of where would you build it? Where do you have room for it? Because if you could knock down Talking Stick Arena and just build another.
But then where would you
place.
play while you're building that?
Exactly. Do you move the Suns to Wells Fargo Arena?
No, you don't move the Suns to Wells Fargo Arena.
ASU's arena.
No, you don't.
Definitely don't think it's big enough for that.
No, definitely not.
Going back to hockey, though, I definitely think that just even moving downtown would be a much better move for the Coyotes than staying in Glendale where they are, because it's just so hard to access. Especially if you move downtown, you have this market of, college students, or in Tempe, because have a student pass, and make it easier to get there so that you don't have to have a car to get out there. Then that's a whole bunch more money you're bringing in.
Definitely. Well, those are definitely things to be looking out for this offseason. So we want to thank you for listening to this episode of Valley of the Ice. For Steve Van Durme, I am Steven Ontiveros. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.